Hey y'all, I'm back with another book haul for January. So I decided to just go through the clearance section because there seems to be a lot of great books that are there that nobody really wants, and I'm like, why not? The first one I got was Pirates by Celsia Rees. I have heard a little bit, but not very much about this, but it looks super, look, so pretty. Anyway, that's usually how I pick books too, let's face it. But it intrigued me. Like, the whole idea of pirates is like so overplayed, but it's still like one of my favorite things. So this one was also in the clearance rack. It's called Pure by Julian Bogot, because I can pronunciate things. Anyway, so this was just looked interesting. It definitely, she had a lot of stuff over there, and mainly I think it's because people buy books and then they're like, I'm never gonna read that again. And I'm like, I am such a collector, I cannot help myself but like get books every single time. So the next one I got was The Young World, and now I have heard a little bit about this. Definitely more of like a revolutionary kind of book, like kind of like Renegades, or like, oh sorry, you know me, I talk with my hands, stuff like that. And I was just like, huh, I really kind of like anarchy, but like with happy endings. Like Lunar Chronicles, unlike the Fifth Wave series where it does not have a happy ending. Sorry if I ruined that for you, I'm so sorry. I try to mention spoilers, but anyway, I'm a very happy ending person. Or like a bow. Like, I like things tied up in a little bow. The next one I got was Switching Snow. So this is basically like kind of like a Lunar Chronicles thing where they've taken an original Snow White and rewritten it to be more current. And I love when authors do this because it just allows for creativity and allows like stuff like this to be more relatable to the audience. Because like if you read the original Snow White or even watch the original movie, some people just don't connect with it like people did. Like my grandma, she specifically loves Snow White. She actually saw it in theaters when it came out. She's gone now, obviously, but she would say she loved it, and I would watch it and I'm like, I don't really love it. But like reading books like that always makes me say like, oh, I can see why my grandma could love it, because it was more her generation thing versus my generation thing. The next one I got was The Chemist by Stephenie Meyer. So we all have mixed feelings about Twilight and the host, and like everyone has their own opinions. Totally understand that. I'm a big Twilight fan, so I love it. I love the host. That's probably one of my favorites that she ever wrote. But I have heard probably the worst reviews on this, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna read it because I do like Stephenie Meyer's work, and I don't care what people say. And I'm like, I need to know for myself, is this a good book? And it also completes, I now own everything Stephenie Meyer has ever printed, so I'm just like, oh, little bow on that. The next thing I got was Game of Thrones. I've actually already started reading this. And I've definitely seen this series. And it's funny because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's verbatim. Like, I'm sorry, but the series verbatim for the book. Like, I like seriously I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember when that happened. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot, because I'm like so far into the series. And then I also got the last one, which is funny because that's just what they had. They had the first and the fifth book, which I don't think it technically the fifth one's the last one, but it's like up there. And I'm just like, well, that's odd, but okay, I'll get the first and the fifth book. Why not? But I'll eventually get their other ones. The next one that I actually got on clearance as well was this one. It is part of a trilogy series. Actually super beautiful. Part of the reason why I got it. What a surprise. But it's also just a beautiful trilogy about magic and like just, I don't know. It's just a new take, and I kind of just wanted to see it. And like it's rated by like people that are like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and The Circle and like all these kind of like, I don't know. Anyway, stuff I love. Anyway, on to the next one. The last one I got was actually Snow White and the Huntsman, because I really actually hate her. But I was like, you know what? If it didn't have her, I would love it because let's face it, Chris Hemsworth's in it and it's brilliant, and because he is brilliant and pretty fine. But I got it because I'm like, maybe the book will be way better than the movie, especially if I don't picture the actress in it because she's just super awful. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a great January, and y'all, if you have any suggestions for me to read or anything like that, put it down in the comments and subscribe.